like I said before, I'm looking to the place that I never look when I was on the competition. So it's very interesting, really. It's eerily quiet, which is also strange. Every time I go on a stage, always, of course, before the concert with no people on it, it always has this, goosebumps feeling. Yes, of course, especially coming from the from the same door, going up on the same stairs. Of course, those very famous stairs. I think for every pianist in the world, they know these stairs. You put a picture only of the stairs, and I think 99% of the people will say Warsaw Philharmonic. So, of course, it's an emotional moment. I was speaking with Alex Gadziev, and he said, I think you will feel something like the same. And when I went up the stairs, he said, I didn't expect it, but I became emotional. So I'm like, that's true. It's true. Yeah. I always keep the very good memories. Of course, the bad memories can sometimes just overwhelm us, but in that specific month here during the competition, I don't have any really bad memories. Maybe some sleep, 1 or 2 days, It was very, very good experience. And it was so good experience that as many times it happens, it was a month, but it felt like a day, And afterwards, always I look back, I think back, I stop with myself and I think, and I only see like a big fog around. I cannot focus on one moment. I don't even really remember on being on the finals, It's so sad because it happens so fast. You are on the stage for 35 minutes, The moment that will, probably change your life, you don't know back then. Of course, you have no idea what's going to happen in the future. And, it stayed back then, and looking back, it's only through YouTube, Yes, and actually, even though there are other competitions after this competition, really, everybody looks at me and then think of Chopin immediately. It's the first thing that they think, or they really, connect the two, which makes a lot of sense. What can I say? So, yes, that's actually the reason why I might get recognized somewhere, yes. Actually, 2 of the 5 I played during the competition. It just made sense to play the third one because it just looks like a bunch of miniatures thrown, there in your program, and it makes no sense. I played the whole opus. It's beautiful because they are very contrasting, extremely contrasting. And the last waltz, it's fantastic to end a group of pieces or a recital. I finished my last round with the last waltz, opus 34. So, and the other 2, one of them is just because, it's like something like Fryderyk or something like this, the C-sharp minor waltz. Even somebody who is not a piano lover, even though you put that piece and they recognize it, they don't know what it is, but somehow it actually also makes sense to put that waltz as a contrasting waltz. And the first one, it's also a great opener, really. It's like a little suite, The idea was to make it a little bit like the Bach partita that was in the first half, this set of dances. So what better set of dances for Chopin than mazurkas, polonaises, or waltzes? And I don't know, I have a weak spot for waltzes. And the polonaises are so heroic all the time, and the whole entire program is extremely heroic by itself, so a little bit quiet or a little bit fun. So that's how I came with those 5. So why Bach? Well, for these 2 composers in particular, but for probably most of the composers in the history of classical music, they look back at Bach for learning, as their master figure, as somebody to even to criticize, to fight, or to follow, whatever it is, they look back. So it is also a perfect match for Liszt and Chopin, which represent these 2 sides of Romanticism, and Bach preceding them as really as the master of both of them. They look back at Bach in that way. It is a little bit symbolic, and it also it's a very good warming up exercise for everybody, even for the pianist. It's the same thing that Horowitz used to do, that he would play Scarlatti Sonata always to start. It's a kind of warming up for everybody. Warming up not because it's lighter music or not, just because it is really an exercise of warming up in music, also the way it's written. I kind of almost always started to try to start with Bach just for that very, very reason. Honestly, no. It does feel like an end of this competing thing. I understand why the competitions were born. I understand the beauty of them. It is a hard world. What can we say? Everybody knows that. Also, the people who are sitting up there as jury, they know very much what hard work it is. I really believe in order to become a really good artist, you have to stop this idea of competing. It's an extremely good and probably necessary nowadays to come to this stage and present yourself. You have to present yourself amongst others in order to say who is the next generation, what's gonna happen. Hopefully not. Let's put it that way.